Sit back, relax and enjoy listening. The members walk beside RK as they leave the studio, the tension in his shoulders still visible despite his agreement to let the writer handle the song. They chat lightly, trying to ease his mind, but RK remains quiet, his thoughts far away. As they settle at the dining table, the usual energy is missing. Even though RK is here, the weight in the air is unmistakable. He picks at his food in silence, lost in thought. Jill watches him closely. He knows RK too well, knows that even though he's agreed to step back, his mind is still stuck in the studio, still battling with the fact that for the first time, he isn't writing his own song. Member 2 finally speaks up, breaking the silence. RK, are you alright? RK looks up, blinking as if just realizing they're all staring at him, then forces a small smile. I'm just tired. Member 3 exchanges a glance with the others, before leaning in slightly. You don't have to feel guilty, you know. Writers exist for a reason. They know RK well enough to understand. It's not just tiredness. It's the song. The fact that for the first time, he couldn't write. The weight of that failure lingers in his silence. In the way he picks at his food without eating. In the distant look in his eyes. RK doesn't respond. He knows they're right. But that doesn't make it easier. Jill sighs, deciding to speak up. RK, I know how much this means to you. But sometimes stepping back doesn't mean giving up. It just means recognizing that you're human. RK exhales slowly, staring at his plate. It's not just about the song, he admits after a moment. I feel like I'm losing a part of myself. Like everything I worked for. He stops, pressing his lips together. The table falls silent. No one dares to speak, afraid of breaking the fragile honesty hanging in the air. Then, member 1 says softly, You're still RK. A song doesn't define you. RK looks up at them, searching their faces. They aren't just saying this to comfort him, they mean it. Unable to find the right words, he stays silent. The members don't push further. Instead, they let the silence settle, understanding that sometimes words aren't enough. Later that night, everyone has gone to their rooms, but RK remains awake. He stands alone in his studio, the dim light casting long shadows on the walls. His eyes flicker to the desk, where a neatly printed sheet of paper rests. The song the writer had sent him. Slowly, RK walks forward, picks up the paper, and scans the lyrics. They're good. Perfectly structured, emotionally compelling. But they aren't his. He traces the words with his fingertips, reading each line carefully. The emotions are there, the story is there, but it feels distant. His grip on the paper tightens for a moment before he exhales and loosens his hold. For the first time, RK is about to sing words that aren't his own. And he doesn't know how to feel about that. He sits down at the piano, the weight of the moment pressing on his shoulders. He places his fingers on the keys, hesitating. Normally, this is where he finds comfort, where music flows from him without effort. But now it feels different. Forced. RK presses a few keys, humming softly. The melody is there, the song is technically beautiful, but something feels off. He can sense it with every note, an unease he can't ignore. His jaw tightens. Maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I'm overthinking. Not all singers write their own songs. He tries to convince himself, tries to accept it, but after just a few seconds he knows. This isn't going to work. Then he remembers why he's doing this. His team. His country. He can't give up. Not like this. RK picks up the sheet, places it on the holder, and straightens his posture. He has to do this. His voice wavers as he sings the first line, but he keeps going. Even when the lyrics refuse to settle in his mind. Even when his voice lacks the usual strength, he pushes through. The weight in his chest grows heavier with every word. But he doesn't stop. Even if the song isn't his. Even if the emotions feel distant. Even if the melody feels like it belongs to someone else. He plays. He sings. Again. Again. And again. His fingers slip at times, his voice falters, and frustration threatens to consume him. But he doesn't allow it. Because this isn't about him. This is about his team standing beside him. About the country waiting for his performance. About the responsibility he carries. RK forces himself through every mistake, every forgotten line, every wrong note. It doesn't matter if he feels lost. It doesn't matter if he feels like he's losing himself. Because right now all that matters is that he keeps going.